Right, it's time for me to make the stupidest fucking video I've ever made in my goddamn life. Because I found a movie that I think perfectly encapsulates our modern political landscape. It is known as Fart, the movie. Now, what is Fart the movie, you may ask? Fart the movie is... Shit. Oh boy, okay. Fart the movie is a comedy made in 1991. And it actually contains rather relevant social commentary. It is incredibly stupid, but it does have Kesha in it. Kesha and her mother are in this movie. It is obvious that that Fart the movie is trying to make some sort of social commentary. Now, for the time it was made, I think that the social commentary is a bit muddied. But now that we are in our modern era of politics, I think that Fart the movie was strangely prophetic. So what is Fart the movie about? Fart the movie is about a man who is obsessed with farting. It is implied that he gets pleasure from this. Farting makes him feel fulfilled in some way. And so he eats foods to increase his fart output. He actually measures how loud and how smelly his farts can be. He does this in elevators. He does this on the street. He seems to get particular pleasure in farting around other people and making them deliberately uncomfortable. And this man has a wife, and she hates this. She puts up with it. She understands that this is this man's hobby, I guess. That it is something that brings like pleasure and fulfillment to his life. But she gets to a point where she cannot take it anymore. Because he is actively blowing her off and being kind of a shithead. Because all he wants to do is watch TV and fart. So there is some inherent misogyny at play here. And the question that Fart the movie wants us to ask ourselves is, where is the line between personal freedom and other people's comfort? Because this man farting in public, it is not necessarily a health hazard, but it is deeply rude and no one wants to be around him. And as I was watching this movie, I was like, oh, this is the mentality of the modern right wing. Now, these people obviously do end up hurting people and do become a health hazard, but this is what they're thinking, right? They have these things that make people deeply uncomfortable or hurt other people, but they gain personal pleasure from that discomfort. And because of that, they feel they have the right to do it, even at the expense of other people in their lives and their personal relationships. And I think that's kind of how we gotta treat them. Because they like it. They like it when we treat them as this big dangerous threat, right? They enjoy that. That gives them pleasure. It makes them feel strong. But that's not what they are. They're the guy from Fart the movie. They want the ability to be able to fart in people's faces, and for that to be a socially acceptable thing to do, where they still get to have friends and relationships. That's it. That's the whole policy. I want to be able to fart in your face and get away with it. And that's how we need to treat them, is as ridiculous fartmen who are weird and gross. Anyway, that's my commentary on Fart the movie. Hope you had fun.